How much do you love yourself? Hello, and today I'm going to talk about self-love, or the trauma of not loving yourself enough. Now, the reason why I talk of this is because today I had Toastmasters, and I had chosen to be I had chosen to take on the role of table topic master. And table topic master comes up with questions to ask each individual so that they can talk for about a minute or two. And everybody needs to be able to go in front and talk for a minute or two about the topic that they were given. Now, one of the things that someone said, and that I second, is that I am my biggest critic. I am my biggest critic. And I can also be a very big critic to other people around me. But the interesting thing, and the way I relate that to love, is that is a more offensive sort of love. Go ahead, work on it now, and get it done so that you don't have to think about it later. That is more of a paternal love to me. Now, on the other side, which is the nurturing love, which is more of the maternal love for me, and are two things that are necessary in self-love. So you need to be as much as you need to push yourself a lot to go achieve your objectives, but you also have to nurture yourself a lot in order for you to sustain yourself and you don't traumatize yourself, you know? Like, I can talk of this in aspect of my accident, my trauma, which is sometimes I was hard on myself that my grades weren't up, I didn't do the exercises I had to do that week, or I wasn't on top of the ball of the things I wanted to accomplish. And now I was getting like really hard on myself. And then on the other side, I was very nurturing, be like, I need the time to take some time off and whatnot. And I do have to say that most of the time I was more nurturing than like pushing myself to do what I had to do. And sometimes that can be very problematic. You know, I've handed papers like a month too late in university. I have not been able to push myself enough to create that business, to do that work, to do all those things that I've wanted to do. But knowing me, I would have not appreciated myself, you know, enough to have done that. Because I remember one of the things that I told myself after my accident was that now I'm going to take more time to do things correctly, to love myself more, and to be more accepting of myself instead of pushing myself to accomplish more, which is what I used to do in school, and which is what I did more of in university. But I tried to ease off of that a little, you know. It's what I tried to stay away from. So as much as self-love is a balancing act between knowing when to push and knowing when to nurture, you also have to understand that self-love is different for all of us. But we characterize it differently, but it is ultimately the same concept, which is being accepting of yourself, being nurturing of yourself, and allowing yourself the time and space to grow and expand and become better. So my question to you is, where do you lack nurture and like the drive to achieve what it is you wanted to achieve is what I want you guys to think about. So ponder that.